Our real music people.
How much can I annoy you?
10 seconds.
There. Who do I look at? I gave in to having it in front of me.
Hello. Please rise for the national anthem performed by the WHS Senior Choral Union.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
We can, yes. The rest will wait till they get there, and then you can say, please be seated. Sit. You guys can sit.
No, right.
Seat them well. Well, you can have everyone.
Should we sit?
Yeah.
Please be seated.
No, I don't.
Good afternoon, class of 2023. It is an honor to stand here today and speak to you on this momentous occasion. Graduating high school is a huge accomplishment, and I am proud to be a part of this class. We've made it through 4 years of early mornings and late nights. We've spent countless hours studying, writing essays, and preparing for our exams. Sometimes even submitting those essays at 11:59. We've made new friends, joined clubs, and pursued our passions. And to add to that, we navigated a pandemic and survived not one, but 2 school fires in the same year. We adjusted and settled in, even after classroom relocations. And that is just what our class does so well: adapt. We overcame challenges and tackled adversity as a team. We know that we have the strength and resilience to overcome them. We've already proven that by making it to this point. But we couldn't have done it alone. We've had the support of our parents, teachers, and mentors every step of the way. They believed in us when we didn't believe in ourselves. And they pushed us to be our best, even on the days we wanted to sleep in. So on behalf of the class of 2023, thank you to all of the parents, teachers, and mentors who helped transform us into the students we are today. But now, it is up to us to take what we've gained over the past 4 years and apply it to the next chapter of our lives. Whether we're going to college, starting a job, or pursuing a passion, we all have the power to shape our own future. It is time for us to leave our comfort zone. As Thomas Jefferson said, if you want to do something you have never had, you must be willing to do something you have never done. So let's go out into the world and make a difference. And let's use our talents and skills to create a better future for ourselves and for those around us. As a wise young man once said, the question isn't, what are we going to do? But the question is, what aren't we going to do? This is, of course, from Ferris Bueller. I can't wait to see all the amazing things we will accomplish in the years to come. Class of 2023, we did it. Congratulations.
Good evening and welcome. Good afternoon, class of 2023, parents, friends, and fellow students. As chairman of the Westborough School Committee, I've been asked to say a few words at graduation. And because of this, and because I'm always brief, that's all you're going to get from me tonight, is just a few words. The future. I wish to provide the best wishes to from the Westborough School Committee to you on this day that will start the rest of your lives. You have earned this opportunity to begin your future life due to the hours of hard work, concentration, and to achieve your diploma from Westborough High School. It is with the greatest happiness that I wish you all the best success in all of your efforts as you go forth from this high school to achieve your life goals. Thank you.
Good evening, fellow classmates, teachers and staff, family and friends. My name is Brooke Oberly, and I am honored to be standing here today representing the Westborough High School class of 2023. When I was about 5 or 6 years old, my mom read this book, Oh, the Places You'll Go, by Dr. Seuss, to me nearly every night. She hoped to bolster my confidence and impart, through silly rhymes, an important message, that I could do anything I set my mind to. In a bold voice, she would pronounce, "You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, and you can steer yourself any direction you choose." How fortunate I was, and still am, to have parents that believed in me from day one, and that most importantly, taught me to believe in myself. How fortunate I am to have spent the last 4 years among an equally encouraging community of Westborough High School students, faculty, and staff. To have grown alongside friends who are working hard to figure out their paths and supporting me as I figure out my own. And to have learned from so many passionate and inspiring teachers. It is because I have such a wonderful family that I find the book's next verse so daunting. For children's books, the next verse, "You're on your own," is pretty formidable. My mom's voice would drop an octave, and she would whisper, "Whether you like it or not, alone will be something you'll be quite a lot. And when you're alone, there's a very good chance you'll meet things that scare you right out of your pants. There are some down the road between hither and yon that can scare you so much you don't want to go on." Graduating is starting to sound a little spooky, right? So did moving to Westborough the summer before my freshman year. Navigating this new building, making friends, joining clubs, or trying to figure out the difference between class office and student council, all of these tasks seemed scary or insurmountable at one time. That transition period was uncomfortable. New beginnings are always awkward. Regardless of what you decide to do these next 4 years, remember that you will get through these embarrassing or nerve-wracking moments, and that in the grand scheme of things, they are worth it. My Westborough friends are the best, and I've received a phenomenal education. I didn't expect Massachusetts to be my place to go, but I am so glad it was. I hope all of you eventually feel the same way about your next adventure. And I hope all of you step outside your comfort zone while you're there. Because oh, the places you'll go when you are brave. One last life lesson from Dr. Seuss. You are the one who will decide where to go. Post-pandemic and post-college decisions, I'm sure that verse makes you a little skeptical. So much of our high school experience was unplanned. Sitting at home during one of many Zoom classes, I recalled the following passage from my favorite bedtime story. When you're in a slump, you're not in for much fun, and slumping yourself is not easily done. Most of you can probably relate to this bleak outlook, when you're not moving in the direction you anticipated or not moving at all. Unfortunately, this shared and reoccurring experience is out of our control. The only thing we can control is our response to unexpected challenges. My Science Olympiad partner, Harshi, and I were stumped the night before our first invitational of the season. The goal of our event, Scrambler, was to transport an egg 8 to 11 meters, yet our first few launchers could barely propel our car a few feet. Progress was slow. Again and again, we adjusted our design. We built a new car that was lighter and more precisely calibrated. We corrected the path of our falling mass, and we altered the positioning of our pulleys. We revised our build nearly as many times as we changed its name. By the way, we ultimately landed on naming our car Lightning McQueen. With the help of our teammates and advisors, we persevered through setbacks to meet that 11-meter mark. So you decide how hard you work and how much you care. Through every trial and tribulation, trust yourself and trust the process. Move like McQueen. And will you succeed? Yes, you will indeed, 98 3/4% guaranteed. Because oh, the places you'll go when you are resilient. To my fellow graduates, your presence today is a testament to your tenacity. It is also proof that both Dr. Seuss and my mom were right. She would be pleased to hear that. We all have the potential to accomplish our goals. If you only take one thing from this speech, let it be this. You have a bright future ahead of you. You'll move mountains. And I am proud to stand with you as we celebrate this milestone together. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. Thank you.
Thank you, Brooke. Quotes from Jefferson, Dr. Seuss, Ferris Bueller, and of course Brooke's mom represent this class well. It's been a really fun ride with you guys. The class of 2023 has been enjoyable from the day you marched in to now, and I want to offer you a personal thank you. I'd like to start my own remarks today with a small bit of wisdom shared with me years ago that I would pass on to you. And that is, don't mistake who you are now with your future self. I was home in Ohio for Memorial Day weekend, and a few reflections from that visit resonated around this past advice. The first was simply that familiar nostalgic feeling I get every time I go home. A bit of me returns to my past self, to my young adult memories. You're going to find as you age and you return home at different stages of your life here to Westborough, that returning home always brings back the echoes of your past self, all of the pivotal events, the highs, the lows, the formative memories that you carry with you, the good and the bad. There's always a bit of me that feels like a high schooler when I drive around Oberlin. That sense of the past and the present was on my mind as I was flipping through some of my mom's paintings. My mother was an amazing watercolor artist. Together we enjoyed her art, and I became one of her coveted critics. And I watched so many of her pieces as they evolved as she worked on them. And one of the most interesting things was trying to figure out when the painting was done. Mom was, there we go. So that sense of past was with me, and I would watch her as she would paint. She had many paintings that looked completely done, full of color and vibrancy, but when I would ask her, she would say they weren't finished. She would continue to add a little bit, often letting it rest, and then coming back and tweaking and revising it. It struck me that these small layers of change were continued and what would make the depth and bring the painting to life. And finally, she would indicate that it was done and sign it. It brings me back to my original small wisdom, that who you are now is not your future self. Like one of my mom's paintings, you still have phases of revision and colorful addition to layer on top of what you have achieved thus far. Over the past years, you've been building an identity. You've established a social framework for how you see yourself and how you want to live and be perceived by your friends and others. An academic identity, and all of the other facets that shape your thoughts about college or work or your future. You have all worked incredibly hard. You have achieved impressive accomplishments here at Westborough High School. It actually seems somewhat implausible that you are not already a finished piece. And while you are ready to go off into the world, I want to remind you that you are just getting started. And I don't mean on your careers, I mean on yourself. You have only laid the base coat, the first wash of color that creates the background on which you will begin to layer who you become. The foundation you've built in these years is the guide that outlines a picture of a life that will emerge, and at the same time has endless opportunities for correction and redirection and change. When my mother would say that a piece was finally done, it always ended up so different and more beautiful from where it started and where I thought it was going. Those glimmers of my high school self reminded me of you and all that you have before you. Who I was in high school and who I am now are vastly different versions of the same painting of the same person. My base coat had been well laid with a loving family and a caring high school community. From there, I owned the decisions, however, to develop a more fuller, complete picture of me. Find one or two adults you admire and talk with them. Ask them about who they were at 18 and who they have become. Not their careers, but who they are. Guaranteed they can share aspects of their lives that they have added and shed, and layers of change that they have continued to build upon who they are. Maturity and wisdom, as well as personal fulfillment, radiate from people who have continually added subtle colors of correction and change. The same is true of you. I hope you can all see yourselves as a work of art in progress. The choices before you are deciding where you want to begin. You're at the stage of life where it is far too early to ever say, I wish I had done this, or I regret not going for that goal. The magic in the life ahead of you is in adding depth and experience, so go for it. Keep adding and editing, changing as you build upon the base, as you grow further into the fabulous adults that you've already become. Mistakes will happen, it's okay. Enjoy them as happy accidents and know that you can always paint over them. Only you decide when your piece is done, but you will only get better and more beautiful. I wish you all the best. You have truly been an enjoyable class. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Before I give a few remarks, I would like to just acknowledge our scholarships for this year. Each year at this commencement ceremony, we present scholarship awards to deserving members of the senior class. representing the generous financial support of our Westborough community. So I'd like to take a moment to publicly commend this critical investment in the future of our graduates. This year's total of financial contributions is $130,000. And we offer deep, deep gratitude to each and every sponsoring business, organization, family, and individual for this incredible assistance. Thank you. Despite the fact that I actually love this type of weather, I know many of you enjoy the temperatures to be a little warmer, so I will keep my remarks brief. I only have about 10 pages. Last night, I mentioned that I will truly miss this class, and it's true, I will. I want to give you a couple reasons why. First of all, you are a thoughtful group of young adults who possess a genuine sense of compassion for the world around you. Other groups have certainly had this too, but not to the high degree of the class of 23. In the first half of your 9th grade year, you entered WHS with a collective perspective and style that was enjoyable to engage with. I vividly recall the start of that year, 2019, greeting many of you out front when the drop-off was in the circle, and also after school down by the buses. I was immediately struck by the friendliness, the healthy banter, and the looking out for one another. I enjoyed observing and sometimes participating in the many displays of typical 9th grade behavior. What I remember most about those interactions was how wide-eyed, enthusiastic, and ready-to-go attitude in the morning, and an almost equal energy leaving in the afternoon. And the smiles made my day. We all know what happened the following spring and the couple of years following. Thankfully, those years are in the past. But you came back this year as seniors, and on day one in the back parking lot as you prepared for the senior parade, I saw the same virtues on display. You were just a little taller, wearing different types of clothing, and your voices were a bit deeper. But the smiles, the authenticity, and the mutual respect for each other was on full display. I want you to know that WHS has benefited incredibly from each and every one of you, and as a whole, as a class. You're respectful, you're kind, you're curious, you're fun, your engaging personality, and even your acceptance of order. You think of yourselves in healthy and appropriate ways, while also having a great amount of compassion for your fellow classmates and the community. It's impressive. Secondly, you helped us through the recovery. Owen was right last night. Your positive force helped us return to normal. The number of clubs created the past 2 years brought back the vibrancy of our comprehensive high school. Your participation in those clubs and athletics and fine arts provided the boost in the spirit within our community that we needed. And how about homecoming 2021 and 2022? Outside on the tennis courts, over 900 students attending. That was really good old-fashioned fun. You helped us feel safe following the end of the pandemic protocols. Classroom discussions were re-energized. You helped refresh our talented teachers to find the pure joy in the profession. You demonstrated how to be the comeback kids during competition days. Yeah, it was great that you were champions in the contest, but you were winners in the way you displayed high caliber of sportsmanship to your fellow classmates and grades in WHS. I could go on, but the last one I want to give you credit for is, how about a night game graduation? The lights are on and shining on you. From my perspective, and the story shared by your teachers and coaches, club advisors, signifies your positive impact on our culture these past 4 years, which to me was the critical reason we are in such a good place today. You were consistent, steady, and you cared. As a parent, and definitely as a principal, I know I'm not supposed to have a favorite. At least I know I'm not supposed to openly admit it. But I can't help but publicly claim today that the class of 2023 is absolutely one of my favorite classes in the 23 years I've been at Westborough. So thank you very much for being who you are. And briefly, here's my hope for you. Your collective personality of caring and consistency, which is born from the contributions of each of you, is rare these days. It truly is. It seems too often we encounter unusual, extreme, or exaggerated reactions to very basic human actions. Almost everywhere you turn, things we see in the news, on social media, experiences in a grocery store, driving a car, and even the weather. Yesterday we were dying out here at 90+ degrees, and today we're freezing. These exaggerated responses only cause more confusion, headaches, heartaches, and very sad examples of how people and countries interact with one another. It seems like this has become a common way to respond. Don't listen, be loud, label, judge, get mad. Instead of listening and asking questions about our differences, our society too often wants to push the other extreme away, causing a great deal of frustration and anger and lots of inaction. There is limited understanding of an alternative way to reach the same goal or of the opposing viewpoint, which ultimately stifles growth and progress. It's either my way or the highway, this or that. There's a scarcity of balance in many things in our lives, even though we hear a lot about balance. Work and life, homework and Minecraft or Fortnite. Where did the middle path go? Where are the norms and values that once bound us together in common causes and allowed people to talk with one another instead of at one another? The common sense view of things is harder and harder to find. Seems like in some places in our society and around the world, we have set aside civility and replaced it with distrust. Well, I see civility in this class. I see a class that has demonstrated a balanced approach to doing things. They have been abnormally normal in a constant, steady group with a valuable voice. They've been kind, they've been caring, they've been consistent. This group of young adults has a generous spirit that is both refreshing and influential. You are a class that is a remedy for extremism. You are the 151st class to graduate from WHS. You are prepared to do great things. And when the world tries to define you by the mistakes you make, take what you've done and learned here and be defined by how you respond. Go be the group that shows our world that process matters more than protest. Go be the individuals that through consistency and compassion make the world a better place. Go make a difference by not taking part in extreme behavior, and go follow the middle path. And remember that once a ranger, you're always a ranger, and you're more than welcome to come back at any time. School Committee Chair Durrett and Superintendent Bach, it is my distinct honor to present these students, the class of 2023, to our community as earning a diploma from Westborough High School. Congratulations, class of 2023.
Zainab Mahmood Adabullah. Vishu Agarwal. Jason Todd Alexander. Isabel Rain Allegan. Marley Marie Allen. Riley Rigsby Allen. Sydney Wilson Allen. Lydia Grace Albion. Yaya Amalal. Haley Grace Ansello. Ella Jade Antonelli. Carol Arevalo Arazo. Amy Rebecca Amaro Avila. Juan Carlos Avila. Tess Elizabeth Badway. Morgan Kaylee Barber. Colin Joseph Barr. Devin Michael Barr. Garrett Stephen Barrier. Justice Michael Barrier. Sean Patrick Berry. Abram Jeffrey Bobless. Amanda Lee Beckman. Jack Meyer Bedar. Rohan Michael Bentley. Ava Josephine Wybush Biancheri. Sharon Bopey. Luke Michael Brackett. James Christopher Braden. Hunter Lewis Bramley. Caroline Elizabeth Brosnahan. Casey Maya Bruck. Dari Sabina Bumgarner. Jaya Fiona Bergunta. Matthew John Berger. Daphne Nicole Cabrera Tazouk. Larissa Labre Camargo. Iris Cami. Quinlan William Campbell. Kate Lorraine Capello. Griselda Capir. Alix Cicchini. Ian William Chase. Sweta Chandramohan, Siuan Chen, Shanmuka Praman Chandupala, Abhishit Parthiva Chilara, Anand Ram Chintapali, Shannon Power Clark, Finnegan Wilcox Clegg, Emily Margaret Coffey, Leah Maria Colasso, Gabriel Mark Colburn, Elizabeth Mary Connor, Ainsley Rotha Connors, Chase Robert Crandall, Anna Claudia Montero da Silva, Jake Anthony Dappelate, Anna Elizabeth Dean, Vaishnavi Desai, Robert Joseph Desjardins, Isabella Lena DeRozier, Ria DeRouge Dake, Ashana Didi, Matvey Didenko, Jay Diet, Braden Jacob Duggan, Braden George DuPont, Mia Rose Egan, Sage Alexandra Ellison, Paige Victoria Estefan, Kyrillos Basim Fahmy, Mina Basim Fahmy, Evan Thomas Fallon, Elena Lourdes Fernandez, Anna Catherine Finnerty, Pearl Paresh Fondecker, Jonathan Isaac Freed, Samuel David French, Rebecca Emma Rose Frogel, Dana Camila Garcia Gonzalez, Eva Carol Garvey, Carolyn Laura Giancarelli, Cassandra Rose Gang. Jared Scott Gang. Razim Saqib Khani. Aratrika Ghosh. Jonathan Cole Gimolaro. Maria Gerges. Robert Michael Gleason. Sahana Gokula Krishnan. Ayush Gopal. Julia Elizabeth Goretti. Gavin Quinn Grattan Small. Andrew James Gray. Jessica Z. Gu. Dylan Hermie Guadis. Ran Guo. Jack Frederick Hagenson. Melinda Ann Hagenson. Seth Alexander Hashi. Cooper Ronan Hagan. Furwa Fatima Hayder. Lucas Carter Halem. Elizabeth Hope Hammond. Benjamin John Harasta. Decker Nathan Harden. Brady Scott Henderson. Alexander David Heil. Eamon Edward Hilferty McMahon. Stephanie Marie Hogan. Cameron Casey Hudnall. Brady Michael Hughes. Tyler Daniel Hurtado. Pietra Trindade Ide. Shivank Iser. Sukanya Lee N. Iyer. Tarun Ramani Iyer. Sophie Jane. Christian Josue Jimenez Oriana. Aiden James Joseph. Breno Avila Junqueira. Matthew Dwyer Casares. Simon Shu Earn Kavanaugh. Sean Michael Kevaney. Hannah Frances Kenny. Tyler Wysocki Keogh. Eliana Yael King. Paige Elizabeth Kinsky. Jake Edward Kirker. Pranika Kondoju. Sanjana Rajesh Kumar.
Jonathan Robert Lehue. Chase Montana LaPlante. Olivia Yoon Sa Lee. Michael Robert Lelasher. Owen Robert Linkowskis. Sean Dennis Levine. Ariana Lee. Stephen Liazos. Michael Frank Lombardo. Carrie Lynn Lorenz. Alexander Andre Macario. Ellen Georgia McGuire. Logan S. Main Sobel. Brendan Charles Martin. Leonardo Martins. Sarup Kaur Marwa. Nishi Sai Medapale. Rory Elizabeth Mayhew. Thomas William McGinn. Mira Patel McLaren. Maggie Lauren Megason. Rohan Metha. Jay Sai Abiram Mekala. Ava Rayana Menezes. Timothy John Paul Matarco. Laventa Mezzo. Nathan Poshage Miller. Theodore John Miller. Julia Catherine Mills. Alexander Luis Montalvo. Mia Diana Mumby. Andrew Aloysius Nadar. Julia Susan Nadler. Connor Reed Nagy. Rahul Madhavan Nair. Siddharth Narayan. Reza Nasrullah. Alan Doan Wynn. Lena Nowak. Alexander Nunez Martinez. Nathan Nye. Isadora Silva Oliveira. Kenneth Jose Ortiz. Nalika Palior. Mackenzie Jean Patch. Dia Prashanth Patel. Caroline Elizabeth Payant. Thomas Bernard Phillips. William Walker Plunkett. Agam Prakash. Dylan Brendan Prifty. Sanjana Pulapurthy. Matthew George Purchase. Sriranga Paidamari. Taylor Francis Quigley. Trisha Rajasekar. Roshan Karthik Rajesh. Rahim Ramzanali. Ronald Young Reentz. Nina Renee Ribby. Kyla Marie Rice. Carlina Rose Lorienti Romano. Garai Salim. Arista Samarsky. Arsha Sampath. Cody Sampath. Sumi Sakib. Gray Noble Sasetti. Daniel Shal Sayeg. Preksha Ronak Shah. Danielle Alicia Schiffman. Isra Siddiqui. Mitab Singh Sidhu. Ella Haven, Silverberg. Kushi Sinha. Emma Elizabeth Spear. Stephen William Speckman. Luke Willard Squires. Harshitha Srivastafa. Gregory Matthew Steinberg. Bo Andreas Stidson. Elena Christine Stimson. Dimitri Stolper. Daniel Patrick Strosio. Shaula Su. Harshitha Sunchu. Ella Naki Sung. Nida Taharim Syed. Paul Tam. Owen Joseph Taraziak. Kaushiki Thadakonda. Jaden Joseph Thomas. Ramya Taleti. Karina Tituk. Timothy Dmitrovich Tylik. Justin Isaac Zhang. Kaylee Elizabeth Yerizabal Ventura. Ishan Prashant Vaikunth. Gavin Michael Van Nest. Julio Noguera Varela. Lily Chatham Vaughn. Vaishnavi Vidala. Zachary David Vibey. Livy Marie Vella. Owen Patrick Vella. Ben Allen Verheyen. Amelia Irene Wallers. Julie Imad Joaquim. Mimi Ruth Walker. Marissa Meredith Walsh. Caillou Connor Watkins. Ryan Patrick Wickline. Alexander Jonathan Witherell. Riley Elizabeth Wright. Owen Wu. Sujith Reddy Yoruva. Rosalina Sam Zebian. Daniel Yuji Zhang. Vincent Zhang. William Roland Urick. Erica Elizabeth Stuckey. Jackson Clark Burkhead. Rachel Leah Martin. Abigail Jean Cushman. Brooke Amanda Oberly.
Graduates, please stand. It is time to turn the tassels. To the left, ready? 1, 2, 3.